Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, July 15th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my end of day swing trades, because during the day you have the algorithms and you have the day traders. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in and take control away from the algorithms and the day traders, and I consider those prices to be the most valid prices of the day, because the large financial institutions have very smart people working for them, best information, best technology, and most important, they are dealing with the most money. And so I feel like following what the large financial institutions do at the end of the day, is a long-term edge in your trading. Boy, sorry, my voice is a little weak today. My apologies. Currently, the Dow is up 14.99 points, up 0.04%. NASDAQ, however, well off of its lows, but still down 115 points, down 0.79%. And the S&P is also down 18 points, down 0.42%. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. It's been a wild, crazy day in the market. I hope everyone is staying safe out there. I hope that by spending your time here on a daily basis, it's helping you improve your trading and your investing skills. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. Did have a couple day trades today that I'm going to share with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions. And surprisingly, I see a lot of green over there, which is great, which is really great. But we'll go through each one and see how those are all doing. After that, we'll take a break from the charts. We'll talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill you can ever develop in trading. Yes, it is very important to be able to read charts, look for support, resistance levels, entries, exits, all that kind of stuff is always very important. But really, at the end of the day, the most important thing you can do is manage your emotions and follow your plan. So that is why I like to spend a few minutes each day, talk about trading psychology, or good trading words of wisdom. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone through the results of Kamal's scanner. As you know, I have 3 requirements whenever I look to enter a new trade. First, looking for a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, I have to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1, based upon support below me, strong support below me, and strong and likely resistance above me. I want to make sure that I can make 2 times or more what I'm risking to the downside to make that asymmetrical math work. All right. And then lastly, please make sure you have a complete trading plan, regardless of what kind of strategy or system that you're using. For me, that includes adjusting my position size for volatility, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is, knowing where my emergency stop is, knowing where my end of day stop is, knowing where my overhead, my intraday profit targets are, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are, and then as always having a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you have a profitable trade, you don't give it all back. All right, so those are the 3 requirements. Like I said, I have gone down through the lists, and I do have some potential end-of-day candidates, and we'll go through those candidates and look at the risk reward. We'll look at the time frames. We'll look at the confluences of signals. We'll keep in mind correlation, because I don't like to have too many correlated positions. And if something looks good at the end of the day, I will buy it right before the close. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. If you need clarification on anything, please let me know. Happy to clarify. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, go ahead, put them in the live stream, and I will do my very best to get to them before the close of the day. All right, so that's the plan for today. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and run that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, Smokey. Let's see who is here today. First off, we have Anya. Nice to see you, Anya T. Hope you're having a nice day. Thank you for coming. Steve Burns. Good to see you, my friend. Always an honor, always a privilege to have you here, Steve. I mean that, and I'm sure everyone else here feels the exact same way, and looking forward to speaking with you a little later today on Skype. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Tracy's around. Please give her my best. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg, and good evening, everyone. Hi, Johnson. Good to see you. Kamal is here. Hey, buddy. Nice to have you here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Kamal. Frank is here. Also, another person I want to thank for everything that Frank does for this channel with the poems. By the way, Frank, I always post your poem on Twitter, and I always credit your name. And I noticed today that there was one poem that was getting a lot of likes, and I went up there and I was like, oh, good, this is good for Frank. And I went and I looked, and I had forgot to credit your name. So I went in there and I credited it after the fact. So sorry about that. I don't usually do that, but I did, and it was on such a great poem. I mean, all the poems are great, but anyway, I did credit. Dan is here with the peace sign. Nice to see you, Dan. Hope you're doing well. Michael Martin is here, current student of mine. Good to see you, Michael. Probably out there driving today. Hope everything is going well and that you are driving safe. Paxton says CSGP 520 under or over 200. I don't know if it back tests well. Well, it could be a big mystery, but let's see. CSGP. Let me see if I can back test that real quick. CSGP. Nope, I can't back test that one. That's not available on my back testing software. I don't know, maybe Kamal, maybe Steve could take a look at that. It's a nice signal. It's a fractal breakout. It has a 520 crossover. And it has a close under the 200, over the 200, and if that's not enough, we have a 520 crossover. I'm sorry, MACD crossover as well. Good find, Paxton. My gosh, I am proud of you. I have to do the math on that one right now. Good find. So proud of you, man, really. Okay, let's see. Man, my voice today. Let's put that there. Oh, come on now. CSGP. Man, some symbols I have a hard time with. I think it's my dyslexia that kicks in on that. All right. Overcame that challenge. All right. Let's see where we're at. And okay. All right. Back to this. Michael Wilkinson is here. Hey, Lova. Nice to see you, buddy. Thank you for everything. Ava is here. Nice to see Ava. Hope you're having a good day. Nice chatting with you earlier. Timothy is here. My friend Timothy. My sports friend, what's going on, Tim? Hello, Greg and everyone. Tied up. Bucks and Suns tied up. That's all I was hoping for was a game 7. Tracy Peterson wants to look at EXC. EXC. Well, has a 520 crossover as well. Let me see if I can back test that one. EXC. Nope, no go on that one either. Sorry about that. Maybe Kamal, maybe Steve, someone else out there could do that. Steve says GLD right under the 200-day moving average resistance today. GLD had a 520 crossover. Steve had a trade on that. Yeah, just hanging right there, isn't it? Right there. Steve says, I look forward to talking to the legendary Kamal. I agree. Kamal and Steve and I have a Skype call at half an hour after the market closes. It's going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to it. Tracy says, ZBH. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good too. Under 30, over 30. Rejection of the negative third ATR channel, 200-day moving average. Look at you two. Wow. Wow, 957,000 shares traded. Pretty good. My gosh, Tracy and Paxton, those are great. All right. I'm trying to keep it together today, guys. I woke up and I felt a little spacey, as you can probably hear in my voice. Let's put this over here. ZBH. That's not right. All right, Greg, come on now, buddy. Let's go. No, that's the wrong. Okay, good. All right. Frank says, thank you, Greg. You are certainly welcome. Thank you. Kamal says, I look forward to talking to the best trader, Steve Burns. I 100% agree. Waterbender is here. Hello, traders. Hello, Waterbender. Smiley face from Steve. Kamal says, GSGP 520 crossover up 530%. 38% of trades profitable. Max drawdown. Okay. Thank you for that, Kamal. Steve says, EXC has a slight edge of 5.6 average win versus 2.7 average loss. So GS, man, all right, come on, Greg. All right, so CoStar does back test well. It's a good setup. Let's run over to the weekly and see. Overcame the halfway of that big down bar. That all looks pretty good. Okay, well, let's get moving here and take a look at current positions. All right, Jonathan, Gary, David, Tracy, Paxton, and I did buy Alaska Airlines. Nice confluence of signals here. V1, intraday rejection of the 200, under 30, over 30, plus rejection of the negative third ATR channel. That's the holy quartet of things lining up, and it did initially move our way. I do take profits whenever I have them, a portion of my position, which I'm glad I did. Obviously, my end of day stop on this here is a close below the 200-day moving average. So looks like I'm going to have to just take my loss on this. Is on the chopping block today. If it closes under the 200, I'll get out. Interestingly enough, we're at 30.53. This presents this kind of an interesting situation, because it did go under 30 and over 30. So you might ask, well, Greg, it went under 30, over 30. Could you stay in it? I could, technically, even though it lost my end of day stop here. But I'm probably not going to. I think I'm going to just cut here, get out. But I have that feeling. I have a feeling that question's coming. So yes, it did lose the 200, but yes, it did trigger another one. Could you? Yes, you could. Just, I think I'll just wait for a close back over the 200, and and then I'll have the confirmation of the 30 RSI underneath me, as well as the 200 as well. CLB. All right, Gary, Tracy, Paxton, David, Ava, Michael, and myself did buy CLB with an under 30, over 30 of V1, a negative rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Sideways, 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 did hit some profits. Is holding my end of day stop, which is the 30 RSI. So this one is down on the day, and it is now down on the trade. And I forgot to mention ALK is down on the day and down on the trade. So kind of a tough day there. All right, Chipotle, as you know, I did buy Chipotle back here with an intraday rejection of the 250-day moving average at 1343.05. We moved 1.5 ATRs from entry. Then we had to close below the previous day's low, so I took half profits there at about 1369. And then we had this huge second move up where I've just been scaling out, scaling out, scaling out, scaling out. Looks like we're losing the 5 EMA today. Pretty clearly looks like we're losing it. I will be exiting this position. As you know, I've been kind of wanting to because I'm tired of talking about it. But this position, entry to exit, up 14.94%. Thank you, Chipotle. That was a delicious trade, and I will be exiting that today. All right, GDX. All right, Gary, Tracy, Paxton, and I did buy GDX with an under 30, over 30, and a V2. Bought it here at 33.99. Moved up nicely, took some profits, came back down, held halfway. Held the 30 RSI. Nice second leg up here today. It is up 0.37%. This is up on the day, and it is also up on the trade, about 2.52%. SPY. Well, got walloped on the SPY. As you know, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk, sell it first thing the next morning. Last 30, 40 days have been great. But today, losing trade, bought it at the close at 436.22, sold it at the open 434.79. So in at 436.24, out at 434.79, overnight loss. But this is a rinse and repeat trade for me. As you know, I will buy this again today at the close, hold it overnight, sell it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, Southwest Airlines. I did have a day trade on Southwest Airlines. Earlier in the day, it was a loss. We came back down to the value zone. We moved sideways. We had a false breakout to the downside, and we had to close back over the 200-day moving average. Looked perfect. I bought it 52.16. Next bar, boom, right back down. I had to get out at 52.14. So I lost 12 cents on the trade, and then, in my opinion, rather rude, went right back up. That's happened to me the last few days. So, but that's okay. It's just one trade of the next 1,000 trades. The Qs. All right. I did have a trade on the Q today. This is a good Michael, Martin, Ava, if you're out there. We've been talking about higher lows, and this is a perfect example of closing below the -1 ATR channel, coming into the value zone, having a pullback, having a higher low V1 in this case. It was fortunate I bought this intra bar. I did not wait till the end of the bar because I liked what was going on here. Kamal, as you can see here, the higher low happened with green bar or with green MACD bars, which is even better. So I got in at 359.19. At the end of the bar, I got out a half at 359.66. Waited one more 5-minute bar, got out at 360.02, and then I had to start the podcast, so I had to get out. Got in at 359.19, out at 359.66, out at 360.02. So nice little 10-minute trade there, about 0.25%. So happy with that. Let's go over and take a look at your positions here. Tracy and Paxton did buy VIX, higher low V1. It looks like they bought it about 29.28, I believe. Next day went down. I took the same trade. I had to get out with the stop loss, but up today, 29.41, up 1.73%. So it looks like Tracy and Paxton are up on the day, and they are also up on the trade. UVXY, same with AVA. This is also a VIX derivative, higher low V1, 2790. It's currently 2783, so this is up on the day and I think slightly down on the trade on that one. Steve Burns bucking the trend today nicely. Steve bought the 520 crossover yesterday on MNST at 9308. It's up 0.82% today on this big down day. So congratulations, Steve. Way to go. Way to take that 520 crossover. LEGR, Steve bought the 520 crossover on LEGR a few days ago at 42.16 and 42.46, and it is 42.12. So it is down today, and it is also down on the trade. PKI, no. XLU, I still have Lilia in this with the 520 crossover at 64.81, 65.51. It's up about 1% today. And so it's up 1% today, and she is up about 1.11% on the trade. So very nice there, Lilia. BNTX, Ava with the higher low V1. Oh, what a great trade. I didn't see this one. This one got past me. Ava bought the higher low. See, we closed below the -1 ATR channel. We come into the value zone. We pull back. New group of buyers comes in here for V1, higher low V1, up 4.04%. Ava, so proud of you. I didn't catch that one earlier today, or I did, but I guess I didn't notice your name, and I remember this trade from yesterday. So fantastic. Fantastic. Let's give a hand to Ava for the 4.04% up move today. UGL. Okay, so Steve did buy UGL, which is double leverage gold. He bought it based upon the GLD 520 crossover. 60.92 was the entry price at 61.05. It is up on the day, and it is also up on the trade. STX, Tracy Paxton and Ava bought the higher low V2 back here at 87.90. Moved up nicely, but big down day today, down 3.92%. So down on the day and also down on the trade. Alibaba, Gary is the remaining Alibaba person. Gary sold puts, the 200 195 put spreads expiring tomorrow. So Gary's in good shape here. As long as it holds above $200 by tomorrow, Gary will keep all $83 for as many contracts that he sold. So way to go there, Gary. Okay, these are all weeklies. Disney up on the day for Jonathan. Oh, wait. Yes. That's a weekly trade as well. Sorry. All right. Oracle. Ava. Beautiful trade on Oracle. Ava has had some beautiful trades here lately. V2 in the value zone. Bought it, I think, 79.50 if I'm not mistaken, and had a huge move up today. It is down $1.80 today. It's down 2.04%. Looks like it may lose the 5 EMA. But this trade up 8%, everyone. Not too shabby. Way to go. And then lastly, SSRM. Jonathan bought SSRM under 30, over 30, under the -3rd, over the -3rd with a V2. Nice confluence. 1559. It's currently 1660, up 1.72%. And this particular trade up 6.02. Way to go. So a lot of green over there. A lot of green on the board today. Proud of everyone. And by the way, it looks like, Alaska could hang in there. I guess it's a potential. It could hang in there if it closes above the 200. If it closes below, I will be out. And I'm definitely getting out of a CMG. Okay. Okay. All right. So Frank has a poem for us today, as he does every day, which I never expect them, Frank, but I'm always happy when I see them. Want you to know that. I'm sure that's a lot of work to put those together. It always kind of blows me away how you can do it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Frank says, you can't control the cards you're dealt, but you do have a say in how you play your hand. We look at the market and carry out what's been planned, but that doesn't mean stocks jump at a trader's command. It'd be nice if they did, right? Let me see if I can read that one better. You can't control the cards you're dealt, but you do have say in how you play your hand. We look at the market and carry out what's been planned, but that doesn't mean stocks jump at a trader's command. That is absolutely true. And what a great poem, Frank. Thank you so much, my friend. Always appreciate that. Really, really do. And did I paste it over here? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Steve says, IWM got in the sub 34 RSI levels today intraday. Well, let's check that out with my handy dandy little tool, Steve. Let's see. 3317 is what I have that at. So finding some support at that negative third ATR channel. Paxton says, thanks, Steve and Kamal. Tracy says, GSI tested the 200 and is a V2. General Mills. Was a V1 yesterday, Tracy. It was a V1. It was a false breakout to the downside and a V1 and an intraday rejection of the 200. That was a good setup yesterday. I don't think I chase it here today, though. But the V1 was yesterday. Frank says, I know what you mean, Greg. I was late for an appointment and told the receptionist my body was here earlier, but my mind just got here. I'm not sure my mind's here yet. Hopefully it is. We have a sports break. Thank goodness. I love the sports breaks. I love the joke breaks. I love the fun facts. And you're going to have to give me a break for about 30 seconds. This always happens right here. So hang tight. I'm really sorry. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Okay. Now, let's get back over to the important thing, which is the sports break. During the 1989 season, Deion Sanders, Showtime, hit a Major League Baseball home run and scored a touchdown in NFL in the same week. The only player to ever do so. Yeah, that guy is an athlete. Holy smokes, right? You remember Deion Sanders, Showtime? Can you imagine being good enough to play 2 professional sports and hit a home run and a touchdown? That's great. Deion Sanders is also the only man to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. I love watching him with the Atlanta Falcons in the early 1990s. Man, I apologize about my voice today, everyone. Tracy said, Tracy and I are in O-Town for a funeral this morning, so we are at the library doing our business. Oh, you are? I'm sorry to hear you're here for a funeral, though, but it's glad to have you back in our hometown, Ogden. Lilia says, hi, Greg and everyone. Hi, Lilia. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you had a really good vacation. Steve says, my moving average crossover signals have kept me out of a lot of trouble with many charts rolling over this week. My eyes are now turning to the RSI oversold areas, but most charts have a way to go. Yeah, that's right. You know, I've discussed this before with my students, Steve, but you know, the way that I trade, just kind of what you mentioned, you know, if it comes into the value zone, I look for a return to value V1, V2. If it fails, closes outside the values, below the value zone, then my attention turns to either 2 things. One, it can move back up into the value zone. I can look for a higher low V1 or V2. Or if it continues lower, I can look for a deep dip buy. If I don't get a higher low V1 or V2, but it keeps moving up, then I can catch it with the moving average crossover. The moving average crossover works. That's going to take me above the 1 ATR channel. And so when I enter that trade, then I look back for a return to value. It's just over and over and over and over. It's summer, spring, winter, and fall. Jonathan says KHC RSI. Well, that's a bummer. Let me see something real quick. KHC. Yes, false breakout to the downside, and a V2, and an under 30, and an over 30. Very nice. Gary says, hello, Greg and group. Happy Thursday. Good to see you, Gary. Jonathan says, NIO has a 200 SMA rejection. Yes, it does. That is on my list to take a look at. Steve says, thanks, Greg. Some room on IWM to get the 30 RSI tomorrow or next week. Timothy says, Steve, who if Bo Jackson didn't get hurt? Oh, if Bo Jackson didn't get hurt, I wonder if he would have been the better. Bo Jackson was unbelievable. Holy smokes. Yep. I mean, those two, I saw an interview where actually Bo Jackson stiff-armed Dion, and Dion said, yeah, he got me good. Paxton says, Bo was the man. Dion is prime time. Michael Lova says ZNGX or GNX. Oh, come on, Craig. GNNX. 520 crossover. Rejected the 50 twice in a row. MACD is positive. Unchanged on the day. Steve says, Greg, is the center of your value zone the 20-day moving average with the 3 standard deviations, the edge of your risk to reward ratio for entries? Yeah, the center of the value zone is the 20-day EMA. Yep, and then I have the 1, 2, and 3 Keltner channels above and 1, 2, 3 Keltner channels below, which are also 20 days. Yep, that's exactly right. That is exactly right. Steve says, Bo Jackson was incredible. I saw the game where he was injured, heartbreaking. Yeah, I saw that on the video. Okay, let me move my table over here. Oh, okay. What am I forgetting? Oh, I know what I'm forgetting, everyone. I am forgetting to talk about trader psychology. As you know, I have my favorite channels that I pick from on Facebook and Twitter. Great channels, great people, great traders that burn a lot of calories, spend a lot of time making good posts. And this is over on Twitter. Money Trade Edge, better thinking, better trading. That all sounds pretty good to me. Money Trade Edge, better thinking, better trading. It cut off his address here, but just look him up. This is a great channel, always great posts. Really mainly succinct posts, but they carry a lot of weight. Greed kills 99% of new traders. Respect your targets and move on to the next trade. Trying to chase every single pip is the most stupid thing that you can do. So when I read this, it resonates with me for a couple reasons. One, because I deal with a lot of people that trade. I work with a lot of students. And there seems to be this pattern that if you see one big monster move, like Chipotle, right? That was a big monster move. And I just followed my rules, right? That's why I made that big gain. But in reality, everybody, that doesn't happen very often. Steve Burns and I were just talking in the chat there about Keltner channels. And, you know, when I studied with Dr. Alexander Elder one-on-one, and he told me, Greg, when I was a young trader, I never put a limit really on how far my trades could go. I was like, no one's going to tell me how far they can go. He goes, but after 35 or 40 years of trading, or however long he's been trading, he goes, I've really changed my mind. He says, it's all about probabilities. You know, 92% of prices fail at the third ATR channel, right? 92% of prices hold at the negative third ATR channel. So you're playing the probabilities. When price gets up near the 70 RSI, near the third ATR channel, I'm going to just take it off, right? I mean, Dr. Elder says the power word in trading is enough. When it's enough, it's enough. That's how I day trade all the time. But yeah, there will be that 1 out of 100 trades where something goes up high, but look, it doesn't happen most of the time. A very small percentage of the time it happens. So, identify your levels. For me, third ATR channel, 70 RSI are the two places where I'm like, look, if it keeps going up from here, great. But enough's enough. And I try not to get greedy about it. And the longer I trade, the more I resonate with what Dr. Elder says, where, enough's enough. Yeah, maybe you can get a little bit more. You're just holding out for the last pip. You're holding out for the last tick up. But I like to trade in zones. And when I have a nice trade and it goes up into a zone where I know that generally it comes back down or that's where it's going to stop, hey, I'm fine to just take it off. Go look for another trade. Go look for something. Take the money that I made on that trade, like the Chipotle trade, right? I can take the money I made on that trade and I can put it into like 5 different trades that have a better risk to rewards. It doesn't mean all of them are going to be winners. Maybe even half of them are going to be winners, but half of them are winners with a small loss and the other 2 are or the other 2.5. I guess I can't really take 2.5. With a nice win, then I'm compounding the returns that I made with the trade. So Mark Minervini does this, really makes a lot of sense. But when I have a nice trade, gets up to significant overhead resistance levels, I usually just take it off, take that money, reinvest in something else that has a better risk to reward ratio, because the previous trade that's way up there, the risk to reward ratio is skewed, not screwed, but the risk to reward ratio is skewed. And that there's probably more downside risk than upside risk. So anyway, I think this is a really good post. Greed kills 99% of new traders. Respect your targets and move on to the next trade. That's what I was talking about. Taking the money you made, getting into a new position with a better risk to reward ratio. Trying to chase every single pip is the most stupid thing that you can do. And that is true. I'm very glad that I do not have that compulsion or that desire to want to chase everything. I'm very comfortable with just saying, that's enough. If I look back at it, went up, I'm like, who cares? You know what I mean? Who cares? There's enough money out there. There's a sea of money out there, everyone. A sea of money. There's a sea of money out there. You just have to be smart about it. Okay, how we doing on time? Okie doke. Well, ALK has come back, potentially has the potential of closing over 200, not sure. CMG is definitely a goner today. I will be getting out of CMG today, but that was a great run. GDX having a nice run up here today. No profit targets yet, but we'll see what happens. Love underneath the 200, but well off of its lows. And the Qs, what are we doing? I mentioned this in the chat room earlier, but listen, there's a lot of sell signals here today, right? It's we lost the range. We have a close below the previous day's low. We have a close below the 5 EMA. On the bright side, we did reject the 10, but there may be some end of day selling coming in here. I don't know for sure, but if I was in the Qs, I would be getting out today based upon the loss of the 5. So I imagine there's some other people out there that are going to be doing the same thing. Tim says CP. Oh, that looks fairly decent. Let's see if that went under 30 and back over 30, 10. No, it did not. It did not reject the 30. It got to about 32, 37. So I don't think I would get into this one. I mean, it may head back up, and if you take it, I hope it does. But I'd like to see a thorough rejection of the 30, a thorough rejection of the 200. Hi, Greg and group. A little late today. Good to see you, David. Better late than never, and always glad to have you here. BBIG, Biggie. Yeah, big strong day today for sure. It's a $4 stock. That's one thing. And probably the risk to reward ratio is not that great either. I mean, it looks impressive, right? But try not to get sucked into those ones. And look, I say this, and maybe it's just going to head up for the next month. But I can just, I look at things the way I look at things, and the risk to reward ratio here looks a little extended. Yavar, nice to see you. DocuSign. Okay. Yeah, it's a V1, but there's no sideways motion. And also, Yavar, look, we're right at about, we got right to the halfway. This is a good example of moving down. Yes, we had a bounce. From a Fibonacci standpoint, it stopped almost to the penny. So that is not something I would be interested in because the sideways motion is not there, and the yesterday's bar too big to the downside. CNP. Well, it was a V1 yesterday. I wouldn't be interested at this point. DOP, how you doing? I don't even want to say that. I'll call him DOP. Steve says, trend followers have huge wins at times, but few understand all the pain in the whipsaws. Give backs and drawdowns, the experience going after those big gains. This is why we evolved into swing traders. I 100% agree, Steve. 1,000,000%. Motley Fool recommended DocuSign today, hence the move up in the V1. Yeah. Now, they can recommend it all they want, but, and they could be right, but for me, I can't take this trade because of the reasons I just discussed. All right, let's get to it and see what we have going on today. UGL making a high on the day. Way to go, Steve. All right, Etsy. Intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Not down very much on a big day where the Nasdaq's down 124. It's in the value zone. It's a rejection of the -1 ATR channel as well. Let's check out the weekly. Weekly is in the value zone. It's not great. On the week, we have a close below the previous day's low. Looks like we have a 520 cross under. But we are in the value zone. Let's see. Earnings are on the 3rd of August. I like the relative strength here, and I like that the weekly's okay. I don't hate it. Usually, if I hate it, I won't take the daily, but I don't hate it. It's in the value zone. So Etsy looks okay. Oh, Snapola. That's a goodie. That's a super goodie right there. FISV close above the 250-day moving average. This does backtest well. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly's right up against that 50-week moving average. That scares me a little bit. And the downward sloping 50 also scares me a little bit. This could go, it has great relative strength. Has a crossover yesterday. The weekly's right at that 50 though. The 50 is at 110.74. I guess it's above now. It's okay. We'll keep it. Casey. Higher low V2. I kind of like it. There is kind of a large spread on this, by the way. There's a 28-cent spread, but I like that we were below the 1 ATR channel. We came up into the value zone. We pulled back. Now we have a rejection of the 250. We also have a V1. MACD is positive. I quite like Casey right there. So let's see. Casey, where are you? Okay. IONS looks like an under 30 over 30. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, under 30 over 30 and a V1. Weekly, don't really like the weekly there, so I'm going to let that one go, but it does have good relative strength. NTGR. Looking for a higher low rejection of the 200-day moving average. Now it is below, so I'm going to take that one off. NIO, rejection of the 200-day moving average, pretty good. It's up on a down day. Relative strength, weekly, holding the 50 RSI and holding the 20 EMA. So that one also looks pretty good. Okay, I'm actually going to put that one over there. BKNG, higher low rejection of the 200-day moving average. Looks fairly good. Look over on the weekly. Weekly's kind of between the -1 ATR channel and the 50-week moving average. I think I'm going to let that one go. I mean, it's a good risk to reward ratio. It's a higher low rejection of the 200, which I like better than a lower low. Could be good, but I think I'm going to just let that one go. VMW, bounce right at the 200-day moving average. Rejected the -1 ATR channel on the weekly. That one's okay as well. It is up on the day. And did we go below? We are about to find out. 33. So not an under 30, over 30. Not a double bottom with a bullish divergence. Quite a lot of selling momentum here. I think I'm going to let that one go as well. CoStar. This is interesting. This is the one that Paxton pointed out. Fractal breakout. High with 2 lower highs to the left. High with 2 lower highs to the right. 520 crossover. MACD positive. Close over the 200-day moving average. 1.44 million shares traded. Pretty good. Above the moving averages on the weekly. I kind of like that. GSGP. And then ZHW, Zimmer Biomet. Under 30, over 30, rejection of the 250. Good risk to reward ratio. Don't like on the weekly that we've lost that. So, okay, so I've kind of narrowed it down here. For me, at least, Etsy is okay. I mean, it is legitimate with the rejection of the -1 ATR channel and the 200. The weekly, you know, if I have to pick this apart, it has a close below the previous week's low. Also lost the 50, so probably I'll bypass that one for now. Casey, bullish engulfing bar, higher low V1, rejection of the 250-day moving average. On the weekly over there, 194.41, we're below the weekly 50. So that one gets a few unbonus points. NIO. It's okay, rejected the 1 ATR channel. I think I'm going to dial that one back. And then CSGP. It's pretty dang strong. Yeah. I like, let's see what the bid-ask spread is. CSGP. 2 cents. I like that one just because of that. So CSGP. Man, am I struggling with that? CSGP. All right. I like that one the best, everyone. That's the one I like. Now, let me get rid of some things. Have to get rid of CMG. All right, I am out of CMG. Thank you very much. I'm going to put that over there, and I don't think anyone else is in that trade. Nope. So I'm done with that. That was a monster. And done is done. Boom and boom. Okay. Oh, CLB. Got to get rid. Oh, no, it's holding 30 RSI. I'm going to hold that one. Going to hold that one. It is holding my 30 RSI level. However, oh, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, had to clear that out as well. FLGT. Oh, here we have a fun fact from Frank. Immortal Life. Oh, the Turritopus dornier is known as the immortal jellyfish. It reverts back into an adolescent state after reaching adulthood and keeps going. Oh, wow, that is a fun fact. I had absolutely no idea. Really? Just a recycler? Wow, thank you for that, Frank. FLGT looks similar to Etsy, but greener. FLGT. Much greener, much better, because it has a V1 as well. I mean, big kind of scary bar though you're up against. I mean, I would imagine we'd get to like maybe 79. It might have some bounce in it, but that big bar scares me, and that 50 scares me as well. Steve says, I exited LEGR for 0.97% loss due to the loss of previous day's low. Okay, that's a good one, Frank. I love these fun facts in your poems. Thank you, Steve. Did BLDP go under over 30? BL. Okay. Probably. $29.84. So yes, it did, and a rejection to the -1 ATR channel. Let's check the weekly. Holding at the 100-day moving average. Not bad. I like the weekly, and I like the confluence on the daily. All right, so let's do this. CSGP. CSGP. That's wrong. Greg, come on, buddy. What's happening? Okay. Okay. Let's see what the cues look like. So we rejected the 10-day, which is good, although we have rejected the 5 EMA. So a little bit of pluses and minuses to this. Let's see, is love still under the 200? Oh, well, that's rude. So CoStar Group is what I'm buying today. Full position. I think this came from Paxton and Tracy. All right. Looks good, man. The higher low V1 yesterday. Fractal breakout. Crossover. MACD positive. Over the 200. All sorts of good stuff. All right, so I just bought CSGP. Okie doke. VIX about halfway off of its highs. So yeah, I mean, you know, the Qs may have put in the top for a while. I mean, who knows? Every time I say that, it goes right back up. But I mean, we did lose the 5-day. It's been a long time since we've lost the 5 EMA. I mean, that is significant. When you're above moving average for a long time, and it comes back down and closes underneath one, you know, it could mean something. It definitely could mean something. A lot of volume today. A lot of volume as well. All right, so we have about 2.5 minutes. NASCAR all out. AACG squeezed me from 3.2 to 4.2 at 9:47. 3 minutes later, AAME started squeezing from 4.37 to 4.85. The stocks moved together ever since their big runs back in February. Well, congratulations on your trade, NASCAR. Way to go. Oof. Up 27.18%. Way to go. Very, very nice. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I'm buying the S&P at the end of the day. I did buy CSGP, so that's all taken care of. And so I'll just kind of coast on into the close here in the last minute. Sound good? Grab a little drink here. All right, 1 minute to go. Thirty seconds. Five, four, three, two, one, close. All right. All right. So I bought SPY at 434.75, and I bought CSGP at 87.43. Okay, so SPY, bought that with the overnight SPY trade today at 434.75 and bought CSGP at 87.43. 8743. All right, so listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, go ahead, put them in the live stream, and I will get to them and we'll get them all taken care of. Real quick, before we get to that, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a really great course. It's 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. That's where you get the 15 hours. It's one-on-one, just you and I teach you everything that I know about trading stocks. I have 5 specific strategies that I use, and I will teach you step by step each one until you have it. I have a lot of patience. I teach a lot of people around the world, and I have really turned out some really great traders, and these strategies are really, really good. So the course does cost $1,750, but it is worth every single penny. I can assure you, I think the best way to learn is one-on-one with your teacher or your coach, and that's why I provide these one-on-ones. So, if you are interested, if you want to improve your trading, send me an email. The email is in the link of this the description of this video. Just send me a link. Say, hey, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I will reply and say, okay, fantastic. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. All I want to do is get to know you a little bit, talk to you about your trading goals, your trading challenges, what your long-term goals are in trading, and what you hope to achieve by taking the course. And then it's also a really good time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. And then when we're done with the call, you can think about it as long as you want. And then if you decide, hey, I'm ready to take this course, just email me back and we will get rolling, and we will I will start teaching, you will start learning, and you will become a better trader. Secondly, I do have a really good online video course over on udemy.com where I teach you the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. It's a great course. It's only about $12 or $15 on udemy.com, so it's a really good bargain. And don't let the price fool you, because it's an excellent course. There's 9.5 hours of video just on one particular strategy, so it's very thorough. There's 26 videos total, 15 study guides. And I've gotten so many good reviews, so much good feedback on this course. So, take $12 or $15, invest it in that course, links in the description, and that's going to help you for a really, really good price, I promise you. And one of the best things about that is if you take that course, you have any questions, just come back here to the live stream and ask me any questions you have, and I will explain it until you get it. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could take the time to hit the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. It helps build the channel. It helps keep the channel around, and it lets YouTube know that there are some that there's valuable content here on this channel. And so if you have already hit it today, thank you very much appreciated. And but if you haven't, and like I said, you found something useful today, I would really appreciate it if you could do that before you click on out of here. Okay, so let's see. I know we have some changes. Okay, so we have LEGR. Steve is out of LEGR. Okay. Gary is in CSGP. All right, Gary, got you there, bud. Good luck to us. Tracy is out of ALK. Yep, I am as well. Tracy and Paxton out. CLB. Oh, you took it on the V1. Look at you guys. Nice. So yeah, different methodologies, and it closed below the V1, so that totally makes sense. Out of sticks. Okay. And in ZBH. Oh, okay, you grabbed that one with the rejection of the 30 and the negative third ATR channel. Excellent. DD for dynamic duo and CSGP. Oh, so much easier to type DD. Okay. All right. Steve says, Greg and Kamal, I will talk to you both in 30 minutes. Talk to you then. Okay, sounds good. Looking forward to it. SGOC started to squeeze, started to move. Oh, those were the two that, okay. I did. Okay. Frank said sold half UNH. Do you have UNH? Do I have you in UNH? I mean, I know you have it. Where did you buy it, Frank? Did I miss that? Frank, if you're still there, maybe you could tell me. Yeah, sorry, Frank. I must have missed that. But tell me where you got into UNH. Tracy says, Greg is a great teacher, I must say. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ava is out of CLB. And out of the Great Oracle. Nice trade. Really great trade, Ava. Out of Sticks. Oh, okay. I took you off of that one. And in CSGP. Okay. Look at AACG running tight now after hours. Yeah, that one's a little extended for me. That one's a little racy for my blood up at those levels there, NASCAR. Jonathan is out of ALK. With the loss of the 200. And in CSGP. Been kind of whipside lately, hasn't it? Paxton said, I hate the DD, but I'll roll with it. You got to roll with it, Packy. Waterbender says, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. You as well, Waterbender. Tracy says, I love you, Packy. David says, thanks, Greg and group. Frank says, I picked it up this morning post earnings at 4:13. Look at you go. Nice. Way to go. All right, so we have Frank in at 413.10. And I'm going to put over here, Frank sold 1/2 at 420 even. Very nice. That sounds like a limit order you put in and got it right at 420, right? The round number. Okay. Now, did I get everyone else? What's happening after hours here? Oh, Q's down 62 cents. What's the VIXY doing? Even. Listen, I like to read this every day at the end. It's a good saying. I think it's a good habit for us to get into. But look, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Is the world in the right direction? Well, you know, there's always room for improvement, right? And why don't we help that improvement? And it's just the right thing to do. Just try to be nice to people. Try to go out of your way for people. You know, try to do them a kindness. a random act of kindness. It will make their day. It will make your day. If you could also, take the extra step, go the extra mile, do something nice for an animal, whether it's an animal that you come across or an animal that's yours, but give them some time, give them some attention, give them some love, give them a little scratch on their bum, give them a little treat, give them a little pat on the head, take them on a walk, throw the ball, or just, if there's an animal out there that needs help or assistance, help them out. And also do that for a human. It really would make the world a better place. Okay. Johnson says, expiration day tomorrow. Good luck. Have a nice evening. Well, guess we're done on the day, huh? Unless anyone has any other questions, happy to answer them. I guess I better run. I've got about 15 minutes to get ready. I have that call with Kamal and with Steve. So hope you have a good rest of your day, everyone. If you don't mind, if you could hit the like button, the thumbs up button, I would appreciate that. Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. You are certainly welcome. Welcome, Michael. Hope you have a good day. So get out there, have a good rest of your day. Be good, drive safe, be kind to people, be kind to animals. Jonathan says, cheers, guys. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. Thanks, NASCAR. Appreciate that. And thank you, Kamal. Talk to you in a few minutes. And yeah, tomorrow's Friday. It'll be the end of a kind of a crazy week. So again, thanks a lot. And on the way out here, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. But have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.